What if I told you that there are no victims? None. What would you do with all the stories you tell yourself that keep you small? What would you do with the pain that you nurture inside of yourself that keeps that identity afloat? What would you do with the true confrontation of your power as creator of your own experience? How would you feel after perhaps lifetimes of running with the same narrative of victimhood or of savior? What would you do if no one cared how you showed up in the world? How would you live if people didn't value your behavior? People didn't value your expression or your art. How would you live then if it wasn't based on an inherent perceived value? How would you live? Would you still be in the job that you're in if money didn't exist? If you weren't being paid to be there? Would you still be the same way in your family if you had to surrender anyone being a victim, including yourself? What would happen if you let go of your need to belong and see that the only person you need to belong to is yourself, and that creates truth, and that truth spreads and attracts us to who we really are at a soul level, and therefore we can find other souls who meet us in truth and in power. What if you had to let go of everything of who you think you are and just start again? What if you had to let go of your role as healer, as teacher, as daughter, as mother, as father, as brother, as soldier, as doctor? What if none of that existed? Who are you then? Who are you, truly? If you are not a victim to your life circumstance, then what are you? A creator. If you are not afraid of your truth, then what are you? Empowered. What if I told you that there are no victims because we are all warriors? We are all creators. This world is in perfect balance. What if I told you that the path to freedom was through forgetting, not remembering? What if I told you that everything you think you know, you don't know? Everything you think you believe, you don't believe? Does that frighten you? Is there a deeper feeling in your belly, in your heart? A feeling of fire? Maybe rage? Anger? Resistance? Destruction? Does your victim come up right away to tell you that she or he does exist and that you are in no circumstance to let go of her or him? But deeper than that, is there a knowing that the old ways aren't working? That the old thoughts that you keep thinking are keeping you stuck and angry and sick and tired? Are you ready then? Are you ready to actually let go? To fall down? To surrender? Are you ready to give up the battle? Lay down your old, outdated weapons that fight your fear within you and that keep you bashing yourself. Are you ready then to just put that fight down and step up as the warrior that you are, to free yourself through sovereignty, and by your very presence in this earth, free others? Are you ready then to stop believing in the fear narratives that create the illusion, that create the prison within our minds? And are you actually going to drop into your heart? Are you actually going to dig deeper? Are you actually going to step up, step into your power as creator of this world and of this new world? That's what this eclipse is about. It's a call. It's a call to action. You may have experienced it through surrendering emotion that keeps illusion alive, such as through sacred rage or deeply stored grief coming through us, coming out of us, coming up, out, through. You may have experienced it as a deep vibration of power coursing through your blood. You may have experienced it as exhaustion, as I cannot keep this old way going anymore because it does not serve me and I have no energy to be fake. You may have experienced it as understanding, maybe for the first time, what it means to be sovereign and to see all souls as sovereign. You may have experienced it as a hunger for true satisfaction, not these empty meals that keep us coming back and back for more. You may have experienced it as enough, drawing a line, going through and ending. You may have experienced it as all of these things or none of these things. This is what we are being called to do. We are being called to let go of who we think we are, of what we think we know, of how we think things will turn out, of what we think ought to happen. And we are being called to be leaders through embodiment, to show the way through our presence, to anchor in our warrior to this earth. Because we are not victims to what is happening. We are creating it. And we must own that now. We must own that now. The time for avoiding responsibility is over. The time for thinking that you can get by with looking at someone else's work is over. It's time to step up. It's time to let go, perhaps to fall down for a bit. The old ways aren't working. You know that. You know that you don't want to work that job that you feel miserable at. You know that this relationship is not fulfilling you. You know that you are hungry for belonging so much that you feel like you're going to die of that hunger. That is truth calling you to action. That is truth showing you that you are creating your life circumstance the way that it is, and then you are falling victim to your own creation. Enough. We have a responsibility to take responsibility. We have a responsibility to own our power. That is the only reason we came here, was to find deep within us the codes to our soul and to bring that flourishing, blossoming onto this earth for the brief moment that we are expressed as this individual. There is no way of getting out of responsibility anymore. You will simply be faced with more of it if you resist it. So allow it to be freeing. Allow it to nourish you the way that your soul is calling you to be nourished. Know that what you have fed yourself in the past will not nourish you anymore. And this must be okay with you. There must be an ability to transform, to truly become catalysts for this new way, and to show the way, again, through our presence, through our presence. I'm going to bring through some light language now that is simply going to assist the integration of the eclipse energies. Doi mahala torishukuturi mahala shikutuhula maraisatohola maha akutoshuktuhule ma ashatakutista. Daure mahai sutoshu amar sikutoire satars. Dois nala amo waremo dorima ay alorma moy dawa mala hemo wahu ya hola har moase dare homa holo Doi shana hero wale yo mo hawe Daro wale hema hale hormu Dale hale yo Do wale hero muhu hai ale male soare mai uso tawe shao. Doshima torisik tarima watahalo. Darisana gotaha. Bari sotokutahama. Doishitahama. Dorisitahata. Dokatarima. Dashanohuli bu. Dohita bu. Deshana hu a. Much love. Happy integration. Bye, y'all.